Hi there, welcome to the Lad Mix Farm channel. It's Arthur here. Today I would like to show you how it is a super business to really venture into goat farming. So if you're out there and you'd like to venture into agribusiness or agriculture in a way, please consider going for goat farming. It is an opportunity that can push you to another level in terms of your income levels. They are generally easy to start with. In terms of labor, it is easy to engage when you're doing goat farming than it can be when you're doing crop farming. You do not need a lot of people to look for a particular number of goats. If you have like 150, 200, if it's on free range, you can be able to have one person, look after them if you have done the right paddocking, which is completely different if it is another enterprise that you are trying to do. Goat farming, as long as you can start with an adequate number, a number that can help you make business sense, then you're good to go. If you have extensive land, you can still say you're going to start with a particular number, but if you want to get quick returns, then of course I would advise that you go with goats having a higher percentage in terms of bloodline, say 75% and above. If you do not have that kind of capital, but you have expensive land that you are going to do free range, if you have the local goats, you can still bring in a boer and be able to multiply. But remember, these are animals that can give birth to 2 or 3 kids. And remember, they also give birth twice in 13 months. So you are able, say if you have 50 goats and the 50 goats have given birth to twins, easily find yourself with 100 kids. So you can imagine the kind of math that comes with that. And imagine if they are of high value in terms of blood percentage, and this is 75% bloodline, 87 and so forth, you are going to find yourself earning quite a lot of money from a particular goat. It takes time when you go for the crosses, then it will take you long before you can earn decent income out of it. The best you can earn from the locals is when as you keep on improving your herd, is maybe the he-goats that you keep on castrating and sell as goats for slaughter. Those will not earn you a lot of money, but if you want to know where the money is, you can always start with the goats of a higher percentage bloodline. That is if you want to go into breeding. Now, there are different dimensions or angles from which you can make a lot of money from goat farming. First of all, I told you, as a breeder, you'll be able to sell to other people that are beginning their farms. But also, if you're interested in rearing goats for meat, you can decide to walk the last mile, meaning you can rear your animals, but then decide to add value to them. Have your slaughter house and be able to sell goat meat, not as a live animal for slaughter, but you slaughter it yourself and sell it in kgs. You'll earn more money than when you sell it as a live animal to somebody to go and slaughter. That means you've brought in a middleman. Or you can decide and say you want to, start a restaurant. If you do that, that means you rear your own animal, be able to slaughter it and have an eatery somewhere, a goat eating point, where people can come and enjoy, that one. That will even earn you more money. Remember, you're not incurring any cost in procuring this goat, but apart from paying the herdsman who's looking after the animal and ensure that it grows healthy. And if it's of a higher blood percentage, it means it's going to grow very fast. In 6 months, you're actually selling it off, or you're slaughtering it and selling it to the people in the restaurant. The other one is if you have numbers. Now, this only works if you have really numbers. You can be able to sell it for export. There are people out there that are looking for live animals to take to the Middle East and so forth. Others are looking for meat, but in great kgs, in tons and tons. So that one, you may not be able to do it alone, but be able to do it with a team of people, because the demand is just way high. You cannot exhaust. First of all, in the country, you cannot exhaust. Even in the region, you cannot exhaust. Be it for meat, for slaughter when they want meat, be it as a breeder. The market is way high. So currently there are efforts where farmers are trying to organize themselves into associations and groups and be able, first of all, to see whether you want to take on the line of doing goat breeding and be able to sell some of these animals as a breeder to other people who want to start. That has its own angle of money. Or if you want to come together and have a group of animals, say if you are 50 farmers. This one has 100, the other one has 200, the other one 400, the other one 50, and so you put them together because the person abroad there is interested maybe in 1,000 animals at a go. So you're able to know what each other person has and be able to bring these animals together and support and sustain that market. So it is a venture that you can go in. It has super profits, no much effort. You cannot compare it to crop farming whatsoever. And so it is something that you can try and adopt and specialize. Once you do your basic requirements well, ensure to vaccinate your animals in time, spray your animals as prescribed or as advised by people. For us here, we do it every week. Make sure you deworm every after 2 months or every after 3 months, depending on the circumstances, or whether it's rainy season or the dry season. And you'll find yourself having healthy herds, increasing the numbers within no time, depending on the mother flock that you've decided to start with. And if you're more advantaged and have some resources and you start with goats of a higher bloodline, then the growth rate will be just so crazy. You'll find between 6 and 8 months, when you look at the goat, it's really big, ready for sell-off. Because as the goats continue having the increased percentage of bloodline, the food conversion rate is so high. Crosses can convert up to around 250 grams per day. I think those are between 75 and above. Can convert 250 grams, but for the 100% bloodline, they can even convert up to 500 grams, per day. So you can imagine an animal expanding or growing to that magnitude or at that rate, it becomes then a super venture to go into. So all these are possible. Just take courage, start with what you have, but know what your vision is and what you want to accomplish. If you find this information helpful, please consider subscribing. You can also contact us on our WhatsApp number. We are able to help you. If you want to put up a good structure, we can be able to support you. Also, if you want some consultancy support and you want us to visit your farm or your area where you'd like to establish your farm and you need us to guide you on how to go about it, we are able to help you. So if you're here, if you're in the diaspora, please feel free. This is the right time to start. Thank you so much.